Hello and welcome back to episode 7 of This Show is a Mimic Sorodin campaign. I don't know why I'm talking like this. As you can see, we are down a player today. Our lovely pirate man rogue fighter will not be joining us. Hex Mason has some things to do.
He has stuff and
being
things.
an adult and, working.
Having a job.
So basically what we decided to do in between sessions is we took Jason to one side and we all just took it in turns to just stab him. It's fine. He doesn't exist
for the
anymore.
watch.
It's not what happened at all. No, so yeah, I'll be acting for Jason. He won't be getting up to much this episode. And so introductions as usual. I am Bertie the Bard on all social media. I am your dungeon master for the Sorodin campaign, and with me as usual is Discord order.
What up, everybody? My name is Kenna. It is Miss Saoirse on TikTok, and today I am playing Audra, the Water Genasi Barbarian.
Hello, I am Ben Does D&D, also known as Ben, also known as Cayde Vakian, the half-elf Hexblade Warlock. That's a mouthful. That's me. That's who I play on this stream. Yep.
And lastly, you got me. Hi, you're stuck with me. I'm Aaron, Obsidian Olive pretty much everywhere, and I play Longest Shadow of the Moon, who's kind of a really good boy, and I like him a lot, and he's really cool, but also he's a tabaxi wizard because, fuck D&D archetypes.
I can't wait for even longer Shadow of the Moon to show up.
Maybe we should hang out or something.
So, have we got any announcements? We've got loads of shows going on at the moment. On Thursdays, we've got Tea with Mr. V, which is our brand new talk show, chat show type deal.
Should probably add that to the offline screen, huh?
Yes.
At some point.
By the amazing Mr. V on TikTok. I've been a guest.
Boy.
I was a guest week before last. On the last episode, Aaron was a guest. And on this week's episode, we got our own Bender's D&D.
It's me!
Bender's D&D.
It's him.
It's a lovely talk show. It's also a Q&A as well at some point, so if you do have burning questions that you want to ask me, you can ask me there.
On Fridays, we've got our Bioshock campaign with 2 Dungeon Masters, 2 for the price of 1, which is Patroness of Law, Brit, and Small Warlock Ray, and then you've got me, Ben, Aaron, you've got Lucas is Stressed, you've got...
I stole that fucking cat. That's all I'm saying.
Offbeat Outlaw, and Mr. V. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone in that lineup. And it's great. We run a Bioshock. It's a Bioshock game set in the worlds of Bioshock, but not official because money and sponsorships and legal issues.
We are, however, brought to you by Old Spice Paste.
Yeah.
We are brought to you by D&D.
They do want to
8th
sponsor
edition.
if they can.
Old Spice Paste.
I hate it. Stop.
Brought to you by
It's
D&D
a hair
8th
paste.
edition.
Yep.
So, I believe it's, as usual, primarily our music comes from, including the music you're listening to right now, comes from our very own, well, not our very own,
He's one of us. He is.
Arcane
love him.
Anthems.
I get to hang out with him in like 2 weeks.
Arcane
I'm so
Adventurers.
excited.
Arcane Anthems. He's amazing. I'm a Patreon subscriber, which is how I get all the music that we use for the thing. All of his music is now on all the streaming websites like Spotify and Apple Music and all that good stuff. So you should definitely check him out and throw some money his way if you want, because he's now making music for D&D as a full-time job, which is just so cool.
I don't know if it's all of it or if it's just some of it, but some of his
most.
music is also available as audios on TikTok now, so you can just search for it there and you can use his audios either in the backgrounds of your videos or anything like that. That's pretty dope.
And if you're like, hey, I can just get the music for free on Spotify. Why do I need to do this other thing? That's true. But when you're a Patreon subscriber, you also get loops, and you get the actual MIDI files. So if you're a composer, you can make your own remixes. I think Matt should definitely remix some of Arcane Adventurers.
Oh my god, I will talk
sick.
to Matt about that. That'd be dope.
Oh my god.
I think
The
I
that's,
text Matt that right now.
I think that's everything. So last week was a pretty chill week.
We don't talk about
besides the
6th edition.
Besides the first 10 minutes, where we had a very stressful nightmare episode of For Long Shadow, featuring Cayde's sister Reyna and Cayde himself in some form of blood ritual. He woke
It's
to
fine. It doesn't
start-
mean anything.
He woke to
Just a
start
dream.
Do I look
the
like a joke
party-
to you, Birdie?
Right now, yeah.
Dang, okay. Dang,
Accurate.
dang.
Accurate.
I just taken a swig of my drink when you said. I almost just sprayed drink everywhere. Oh my god.
You then went to up to the academy to sell the Wand of Wonder that you got in very first ever session of this campaign, and never ever used once.
Which wasn't on stream. There were several episodes. Just to clarify that for a few people, there are several. There's a 3 to 4 session long prologue before this campaign started. So if you go to episode 1 and get a little bit confused,
That's why.
there was a prologue about 3 or 4 episodes.
So you had a Wand of Wonder in your pocket this whole time, and you've finally sold it to Hoston Geron, the Chaos researcher at the Maagis Akatem, in his very
Hell yeah.
equally chaotic study. You then went back to the annex of the Blade Song singing song thing and had a bit of a fight. Long Shadow managed to kick Cayde into the dirt, and equally Audra managed to do the same with Jason. However, in the process of doing it was very close for a start. In the process of doing this, Jason discovered something about himself. The lightning storm energy that Audra exudes during her rages seems to have awoken the mark of the storm in Jason. You then did a little bit of research into this, discovered a little bit more, and that's where we left off.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, because it was like mid to late afternoon, and we came back from the library and gave him all that info, right?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
with that, Jason he takes the book off you and, he takes the notes that you took from the book and I think I have to go and think about this.
Okay.
And he's going to go and start mulling over. After a little bit of him looking quite troubled, he puts away the notes and takes out the hefty tome of bodily health.
I
The
think
manual
Jason
of
should stay with us and have a lengthy conversation about what we just experienced.
Don't do that.
That would be
Hey
mean.
Jason, come back!
I'm reading my manual. Fuck off, kid.
Stab Jason in the chest.
You know what? That's accurate.
That was actually a really good
That's
fuck off,
accurate.
too. That was really decent for what Hex
That
does.
was great. Holy shit.
I'm just doing my best impression of Bjorn from Vikings.
All right.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Well, it was certainly a long afternoon. I think perhaps we all need some more time to rest.
Yeah, maybe.
According to the clerk, Cayde, your sister should be here tomorrow, correct? Tomorrow or the day after?
Yeah, I think so. Should be. I hope so. This waiting
Well,
is killing me.
I must admit I am rather anxious as well.
Actually, yeah, you know what? I don't know which I'm more anxious for. Waiting for her to arrive or the idea of actually seeing her again after 8 years. I don't know which one I'm more anxious for. I'm just anxious. All the time.
Audra pulls out a biscuit and she's like, "You want a bite?"
Yes, please, thank you very much. And takes it from me. Starts just very nervously nibbling on it.
Like a rabbit. Just
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So we know these things about Jason. We have found several pieces of information regarding your sister. Is there anything else? We have maybe a few hours before we sleep. Do we want to just go to ourselves and turn in for the night, or do we want to do anything before tomorrow where we might meet your sister?
Well, I mean, we've done pretty much all the research we can do. I mean, was there any other
Yes.
research that we wanted to do before We
There
laugh,
was
I
one
mean,
person here at the academy who I have not visited yet, that I would very much like to see at some point before we leave.
Who's that?
Well, Cayde, it is a small little girl that I have multiple
Oh,
times realized
yes.
I have forgotten to check in on.
Of course. Yeah. No. We should go and check on her. Make sure she made it okay. Yeah. All right.
But perhaps we do that tomorrow. I have not decided. What do you think? Do you want to go late into the night, or do you want to wait till tomorrow, Cayde?
I mean, it's
And
only like
Ultra.
mid-afternoon now. I mean, what? I haven't been at school for a while. Would classes have finished by now? Would she be around? Would she be free?
I have no
Go check
idea.
it
They
out.
might have her for private tutoring. They might have her in classes. It is up to how refined her technique is already.
Let's
Can't
go.
help to ask.
All right, DM. I'm going to walk us to the clerk's location in the Grand Spiral, which is like an hour's walk away. Or in the why did I say Grand Spiral? In the Grand Library, so that way I can ask about her.
So having just returned from the
Yeah.
library,
Literally
handing
just
over
walked
these notes to Jason, you guys make a U-turn and head straight back towards the library. And
If only there was like a system of sending documents distances almost instantaneously through like a tablet of some kind. That'd be
I'm
super
gonna
useful.
create a fax.
Oh my god.
so yeah, you guys headed back up to the library. You know this walk pretty well by now. And the clerk is as his normal self, just poring over several books which are all piled on top of each other, open. And he seems to be just checking, doing redundancies. You know, copying things over, checking things are correct.
Hello, clerk. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, I was wanting to check a student schedule. It's a newer edition.
One of the of course you can always. Who did you want
It's-
to check on?
A young Violet Estrodar.
Violet Estradar. The name does ring a bell. And he goes into the thing. He only just turns a single page. Yes, young Violet. She's a new addition to the academy. Arrived a few days ago. She is still being interned into the academy. I believe she will be at her quarters right now, receiving some private tutoring.
Private tutoring. Does it say when that would end?
Well, you could probably head up now and see if they're done.
Thank you very much. And I get like the room
good.
number and wing from him.
Yeah, so there should
Yeah.
be in the primary spire right now.
Yeah. All right.
Great.
Audra, do you have a water bag or anything with which you could perform your tricks like you did last time?
Audra kind of creates a small anatomically correct heart with the water in her hand.
Please
she
do
goes-
not do that to young Violet.
She goes, of course, and then she crushes it.
Is this foreshadowing? Long Shadow is scared.
You guys
she
have
just,
a,
like-
a decanter of endless water, don't you? Or did you not take?
I mean, we don't. We
don't.
didn't drink from our crushes. We don't have that.
Mm-mm.
Ben has
Huh?
that.
What?
Ben
I
has the
don't think-
decanter of endless water, right?
Oh,
Didn't he take it?
yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, you're
'Cause
right.
that was the session Chenemist.
Yeah.
With Ben's new
Yes.
girlfriend.
With the unicorn.
She's not. She's not my girlfriend. Oh.
Cayde's girlfriend.
No.
Uh,
Listen,
and
she
Lo-
was very good looking. Okay. She's just an attractive
And she
female.
gave you a decanter of her bathwater.
You know
It's
what?
true. You're
That's
not
accurate.
wrong.
Holy shit! We met Nymph Belle Delphine. Oh my god.
How dare
No,
you?
how did you
dare
ruin
you?
that?
Silver,
How did you ruin that so quickly?
Silver is a nice, respectable woman. I don't know anything about Belle Delphine.
Wow.
Longshot is going to produce from one of his pouches a small bag of sand that he has for ink after he it's one of the things you use to dry ink.
drying ink.
Yeah. And I have something that I may use. I just I very much enjoyed how excited she was last time we did this, so I wanted to be ready. All right, let us go up. And you see, like, Long Shadow has kind of had a rough fucking day. He woke up really early, and he's just got a kick to his step now. It's nice. It's real nice.
So you guys head in the direction of the newer students' accommodation, and you eventually find your way to her door, and you can hear sounds inside of an older gentleman very monotonously reading from a book, and you hear an impatient tapping.
Audra's
If I
gonna saddle up to the door, and she's just gonna look at Long Shadow.
You may knock if you'd like.
And Audra just goes boom, boom, boom on the door.
What is that? Who is there?
Some
Housekeeping.
friends. Come simultaneously, some friends and housekeeping.
The door swings open with a flick of the tutor's wrist, and what? Can I help you? You don't look like housekeeping to me.
I believe that was a falsity to get you to open the door. I apologize. I look at Audra like amused, but also like, come on, we don't need to lie here.
She shrugs. Okay.
And yeah, so as the door swings up and you see before you, there is very, like, quite a small room, but nicely appointed. And there's currently a desk set up in the center of the room. On one side sits this rather well trimmed beard, balding on top, white hair human wizard in these black and white robes.
Holy shit, are we talking to Horace Slughorn right now?
He's not quite as portly as Horace Slughorn.
Damn it.
And sat across is Violet Estradar, not wearing the maroon robes that you saw, the maroon dress that you saw her in before. She's now in the standard uniform that the younger initiates, well, not initiates, the younger students wear when they're first brought into the academy. Just these very simple black robes, and she's very impatiently tapping on, or she was very impatiently tapping on the desk. As you can see, the tutor has this very large tome just in front of him.
I apologize, Professor, for us interrupting your studies. However, we
Long
are friends.
Shadow! Ultra!
Hello, Violet.
I'm
We are
also here.
friends of young Violet here.
Because these... Ultra's
Yeah,
quite
we're
large.
in the way.
Between Audra and Long Shadow, you're kind of stood behind them.
Because Long Shadow's 6.5 feet tall, and I think Audra's close, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Meat shields.
Yeah, you're just kind of peeking between over their shoulders, just like, I'm here too.
Hi.
Yes, I apologize, Professor, but we are friends of the young Violet here, and we unfortunately are not aware of how long we will still be at the academy, so we came by to check on her.
And so you have, and she's in the middle of a lesson right now.
Yes, I apologize. May we have just a few moments of her time before she returns to her lessons?
And you can see by now, like, he's about to open his mouth when Violet just bounds across the room to you and throws her arms out at you.
Ooh. Yes. Hello.
And she just tries to get her arms around both of you, and she can't quite get it, and now she just got her hand like that.
And
It's so
like
cute.
Long Shadow like gestures to the child, and then is like looks at the guy like, "Come on, man, can we have like a minute?" You know, just kind of like that, like same like.
Hmm.
And yeah, the professor is just. He closes the tome, just like, you may have 15 minutes. I'll go refresh. And he just shuffles past you.
Oh, hello, young Violet.
Hey, Long Shadow. He's so smelly. I don't like it here.
Well,
Sorry, how old is this girl again?
He's smelly.
She's young. She's less than 10.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I was like,
she's a
hang on.
young girl. Yeah. Hello, little one. We came in to check on you. Myself, Cayde, and Audra were here at the academy, and we wanted to come and say hi.
Are you staying? Are you not?
Not for very long. I do not know if we will get the chance to visit again, which is why we came by.
Oh. Well, I can show you what I learned today. And she runs over to the desk and she picks up a few of these different spell components and she just takes this little bit of sand and she sprinkles it on the desk, and the sand begins to shape itself into the image of the two of you.
That's so cool.
I'm gonna take out a little bit of water from my water cask, and I'm gonna make a roughly. It's rough because it's water.
Yeah.
But it's like a tiny Cayde. And I'm gonna make it like walk, and then it's gonna like jump, and it's gonna land by the sand ones.
That's so cool.
And then I'll open my sandbag and I'll make a tiny Jason and a tiny Violet, and I'll have them just kind of like Jason will pick up Violet, toss her on his shoulders, and then hop over to the desk as
Are
well.
we playing arcane action figures right now?
Is what we that's exactly what we're doing. All right. This child is baby, and we will protect her.
I love it.
With our lives.
The teachers say that they're not certain where my magic comes from, so they don't know how to teach me.
That is probably accurate.
How have you used your powers before?
I don't know.
Where do you think it comes from?
I don't know.
Does it come from here? And Audra's gonna sort of lightly poke her in the chest.
And she kind of like it tickles a little bit.
And then she's gonna say, or does it come from here? And she's gonna tickle her tummy.
Yeah, she just starts giggling and rolling around.
So
like
cute.
little kids do.
No. Well,
If you guys don't
sure
remember Violet Estranged, she has stark silver hair and heterochromatic eyes, one white, one black.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, Violet, we came to say hello. Is there, you know what? And he kind of looks back at like the door where that like tutor has walked out of. You want to know something that they will never catch you doing?
Yeah?
So, you know how they get really annoyed when you do not take the notes that they want you to take?
Yeah?
What you do is you start taking your notes, but you put them in such a way to where the first word spells out a sentence that they wouldn't like. So, what Long Shadow is going to do is he's going to take a piece of paper and he's just going to take his quill and he's going to write like a small, just random piece of knowledge. And it's going to essentially the first line of each sentence is going to line up to "Tutor is very smelly."
She's very amused by this. I can't roleplay it without feeling really uncomfortable, but she's very amused by this.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah,
that's
that's
so
fine.
cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah. So if that is something that will help you take your notes, because then you will learn. Because you are smart. Mm-hmm. And you are strong.
Absolutely.
Can I? That's so
Hey,
cute.
hey, I'm not particularly strong either, but magically you're strong. It's a different kind of strong.
Cayde, I'm pretty sure she could take you in a fist fight.
I don't want to fight anybody, especially not a child.
She just
I'd
like
lose.
at that she like gives you the old gives you the stink eye. I can take you in a fight.
Cayde looks a little like perturbed, but it's also just like,
Okay. Violet, I'll hold him down. You get him.
that's cheating.
Are you gonna do that?
No, I'm
You're not
I'm
allowed to
saying it
help.
to her. As in like this is a plan that we have for someday.
I'll hold him. You punch. Is there any way for me to sense if there's any sort of Feywild magic in her?
Make an Arcana
Sort of
check.
like my own?
Sure, yeah, make an Arcana check with that context.
Okay. 14.
Yeah, it's not. You can't pick up on it if it is.
Okay.
Cayde.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell me if this is metagamey.
It probably
'Cause I know where her power comes from. I know Cayde doesn't.
Yeah.
Can I make a perception check to see if she's possibly still wearing a certain something she was wearing when we saw her before? To be super vague.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
noticed it in the character
You can
description
name
earlier.
that.
I don't know anything about her magic though.
The color
Cayde knows
strips.
that. Yeah, you can do that.
Do I need a perception check there, or can I just see
no,
it?
She's not wearing them.
She's not wearing them.
Yeah.
Would he ask about that though? I don't know.
I mean, would he?
I
That's
don't
the
know.
question.
He would ask if she was wearing them. He'd ask why, but ah, no, fuck it. He wouldn't ask. He wouldn't because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. I know, but he doesn't know. Fuck. I was really hoping you'd say yes. God damn it.
Okay.
You know.
Can
Can I
Yeah,
see
not
them
there
around?
anymore.
Is
She's
it
wearing-
on a
she's wearing
surface
school
around the
uniform
room
right now.
somewhere?
There's a chest of drawers where you guess she keeps her clothes.
I'm not.
Oh,
No, that's
yeah,
not-
She
no.
just start rooting around her
No.
belongings.
No, not doing that. I was just gonna see if it was just like on a side or something.
Nah.
Just ask her what it meant, but no, I'm not.
Let's
I'm
see
not,
what
I
you've
wouldn't.
got in here.
I wouldn't.
It's a filing
I
cabinet?
wouldn't
Loot the
think it
room.
was that important unless she was still wearing it. But no.
Loot the room.
All right.
Loot the child.
No more. No. No
That
more.
is a lost child.
Miss Violet, we were only stopping by for a few minutes to tell you hello and to tell you that we remembered you
Absolutely.
Thank you.
because we care.
If you come back, you should come and see me again, and maybe I'll have lots of magic then.
You
Yeah.
already
Maybe
have
then-
lots of magic.
Maybe then you can come with us.
Ooh, maybe.
Like very immediately at that sentence, Long Shadow like stiffens up. Maybe. Give it a few years.
In a few years, when you're a bit stronger and a bit know a few more spells.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a great wizard, just like you. And he points at Long Shadow.
Oh, that's some bullshit. It's what that is. Don't touch my heart like that.
You poked
As
my
long-
heart.
Is Long Shadow blushing a little bit?
You should not aim to be me, child. You should aim to be greater than me. You are going to be an amazing arcane practitioner.
I'm gonna be bigger and stronger than you. And she points at Audra.
I bet you are. And Audra's gonna pick her up and she's gonna toss her and then she's gonna set her back down.
Cool.
Acrobatics check.
I can't.
See if you
My-
drop the child.
No, my
Birdie,
I
you're not going to
can't- I
squeal
can't
like a
act-
child?
I can't act this childish forever. I'm gonna literally die.
He's okay.
Move on from this.
We're taking the child with us.
Audra
grab-
tucks her in her arm like a football
the
and
child.
run.
We stuff her in the haversack and we leave.
No.
No! We're not having actual child murder. The teenagers were sketchy.
Oh my god!
In before 8-year-old dies on stream.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh
No.
Any of you touch this child, I will kill you where you stand.
So Shadow Cleaver appears on my hand.
And we leave, and we leave, and we
Lightning
leave.
strikes.
We say our goodbyes to Violet. We just wanted to
Yeah.
check in on her and make sure she was okay.
Yeah.
You say your goodbyes, and she seems a little sad that you're leaving. And you pass the tutor who re-enters as you leave.
Just before we close the door and we leave, Audra's gonna shape water into a little fairy and make it run across and splash the tutor and then run.
Yeah.
He just kind of shakes it off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
I need to remember to ask Professor Ruvine to keep an eye on that one.
Can I ask the chat
Yeah.
to stop suggesting ways for me to kill the child?
Oh yeah, I agree.
Guys.
I have to agree here, guys. Okay,
God,
thank you,
there's
chat.
spells and everything. Oh my god.
There's a whole novel being written in chat. No thanks.
Jeez.
Yeah. So between the 2 hours of walking we had to do for that scene,
Jesus Christ.
I'm assuming it's getting to be nighttime now.
Come
it's
on,
getting to be
chat.
evening time now. Sun's getting
Yeah.
low. Sun's getting real low.
I'm assuming we are just staying in the dorms tonight.
What murder hobo campaign did you come from, chat? Jeez.
Where's Jason? Is Jason in the dorms or is he outside?
Yes,
Jason's
he's
back
in
at
the
the
dorms.
thing. He's reading his book.
Okay,
Mhm.
we can.
All right. Then
up
perhaps
to
we
you.
just stay in the bunks tonight. Then none of us have to keep watch.
I suppose.
We just get a full night's sleep. No, we are
Jason's
going to
already-
Jason. We're
I
sleeping.
thought Jason was at the camp.
No, we
Jason's back
packed
at
up
the-
camp.
Oh.
Jason's
Yeah, we
at
packed
the
up
annex.
Fair. Okay.
All right. So yeah, we go back to the annex and specifically to like the boarding room with all the different bunks and stuff.
You guys make yourself a small meal before
Mhm.
retiring to sleep.
Yeah.
When Jason falls asleep,
Okay.
Audra would like to sort of investigate his tattoo.
Okay, yeah, you just kind of sit there waiting, probably like pretending to sleep, but while he just, you see he's trying to read his book and his eyes are just getting tired, and eventually he's just...
Brilliant.
Audra, did you know you need to have a good
have a balanced
diet?
Do I have exercise?
Same fucking paragraph.
I'm convinced he's not moved past page 1. I'm convinced.
So yeah, once he finally falls asleep, she's gonna take a close look at his tattoo.
Okay.
Is it a tattoo or is it like a mark in the skin or is it like a brand?
It has the appearance of a tattoo. It
Mhm.
looks, it's just blue patches of his skin in this very ornate tattoo-like shape.
Mm.
But it is a lighter, it's a very pale white, bluish tint. It's very odd for a tattoo.
Hmm. Okay.
But you
If
also know
I-
that Cayde has made sure that the rest of his tattoos follow the same color.
Right.
Sorry, not Cayde, Jason.
Okay. If I touch it, nothing happens.
Nope.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay.
Electric sleep.
Is I might have thought about it. Is anybody else asleep?
I would probably be coming in a bit later because I was gonna out of character. I was gonna text Birdie about this. I was gonna have us go have a small conversation with Professor Ravine.
Hmm.
So I'll
Cayde,
probably
are
be
you
coming
asleep?
a little later.
I'm probably not asleep at the moment, but like I'm in bed, just kind of minding my own business, just twiddling my thumbs, you know.
Okay. Okay. Otter's going to bed.
Okay.
How to do in this lab?
So yeah, you retire to sleep, leaving Jason snoring loudly with his nose in a book.
Mm-hmm.
Long Shadow.
Oh, I wasn't gonna make you do that. Okay, fine. Okay, cool. So yeah, when they get back to the annex, is all I wanted Longshot to do is go to the office in the annex, clear the door. And Professor Ravine.
And you can see they are just currently finishing up on some notes. Hi, Long Shadow. Trust you had a productive day?
Oh, productive is a big word, but I had a fun day, which I've not had in a while.
It's good to hear.
I just wanted to make a request of you.
If it's power?
Yes, it's nothing overly excessive. I just there is a student who recently enrolled here, Her name is a young Violet Esterlar, and she is a natural practitioner, a sorcerer, someone whose power comes from inside.
I see.
And I know that this school has the best facilities in the country. I just wanted someone who I trust to keep an eye on her, because I do care about her well-being.
Very well. I'll keep one eye and two if I can spare them.
And if you can poach her for this annex, she will be an amazing practitioner one day. So that is a secondary reason to keep an eye on her.
Well, if she has the aptitude, then she's welcome.
Mhm. If not, she's definitely going to be something with illusions. She has a strong mind for shaping magic around images that she likes. Thinking back to like the first thing that she's picked up here is being able to form like dirt into statues.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, if that is all I requested of you, Professor Rovin.
Very well. Are you
Mhm.
all right, Long Shadow? You seem to.
Frankly-
quite anxious.
No. I had a troubling dream, which I am hoping is a dream, though for practitioners it often is not. I had an exhausting morning. Just yesterday I had a conversation with someone who I hope to be a good friend. It was productive but not comfortable. I have been knocked unconscious twice in the past 8 days. I walked halfway across the continent to be teleported back to where I started. I am not okay, but I am making it work.
Sounds very frustrating. But if you need to talk to anyone, you know where I am.
Absolutely, Professor. And I understand that. But it is also things that I can handle. It is just hard. There are things that it is not outside of my ability to handle.
Just because you can handle something, there's no shame in asking for help.
That is true. But yes, tomorrow, hopefully, we will be meeting young Miss Vakian. And whatever conversation we have with her, we will probably be leaving shortly afterwards.
Very well.
So this might be goodbye, but it has been an honor to see you again, sir.
It's been good catching up with you.
I will probably not be returning within the next few months, but if I do, I will definitely stop by.
You always have a bed here.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
Good night.
Good night.
And he's gonna walk back to the dorms, and I'm assuming that since this is like all after all the Audra stuff and everything, I'm assuming everyone else is asleep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Then he's
I'll
just
probably
gonna,
just be dozing off as you come back.
yeah. So then he's gonna go lay down in his bed and just go to sleep.
Yeah. So it's the night passes without incident, as one would expect from sleeping indoors.
Mhm.
Um,
Comfortably? What? On a mattress? In a
Not in my
humidity-controlled environment? What?
Audra doesn't like it.
Oh, the humidity control is broken in this annex. Absolutely.
Oh no!
No way that works. They don't get enough money to fix that shit.
Oh, then Audra doesn't mind as much.
And yeah, it's very comfortable for Audra. And yeah, you wake up to the room is bathed in maroon light. It shines through the curtains. The day
Okay.
is yours.
Audra pops up and she throws the curtains open. Good morning.
White light just shines through, assaulting
She's like-
all of you that were still awake. It was still asleep.
The light, it blinds me. What?
You see like Long Shadow sit up, and his fur is just flat on one side, or it's been against the pillow. I have not slept like that in quite a while. Thank you for ruining that, Audra. I appreciate it.
Jason, the book had slid off his face and gone to the side. He just wakes up, picks up the book and puts it back on his face.
Breakfast time, boyos. Let's go.
Fuck your sunlight and fuck your breakfast.
Hey, fuck you. Let's go. And Audra takes him by his heels and yanks him halfway off the bed.
And he just slides out of the bed, slams his head into the ground.
Oh shit!
He's such a dick.
She kind of like as she does that, she kind of goes, "Oh fuck, sorry."
And he just swings at you and impacts with your chest. And it does nothing.
Oh, fair,
It
fair,
does
that's
zero
fair.
damage.
Oh, still hurt though. And like, even though it kind of didn't, she's like, "Oh, okay,
Next
Eggs and
time,
bacon.
Sleep. Yeah, he accompanies you to breakfast.
All right, we have breakfast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
breakfast.
we cook breakfast. We do that.
Breakfast.
We do that.
Oh my, what the?
To expedite all this, what's the next thing? What do you guys want to be doing?
Reyna?
Alright, Cayde, are you ready to go see our sister?
Yeah. If she's back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
I'm terrified
back.
as to how this is gonna go.
Back again.
You have no idea how many episodes I've been just waiting for it to show up and being like, how is this gonna go? Oh no.
It'll be interesting. Let's go.
Mhm.
The long shadow's gonna lead him back to her office, yo.
Especially with all the outside knowledge we totally don't have now.
Reyna time, Reyna time, Reyna time. Let's do this.
Okay.
I'm scared.
So you
My
guys
brain's in a bit.
head up towards the academy, and it's a day. It feels like a day like any other on the way up. There's nothing seems to be out of place. It just seems almost too ordinary, especially for you, Cayde. Like for such a momentous occasion, you just feel like there should be something special, and it just feels too ordinary. You head up, taking each step. You have memories of how Reyna was before she went away. You guys were never the closest, but she was your sister, and when you were younger still and still coming up, she had played with you, and you guys grew apart during that time. As you're having these thoughts, you find your way outside the door to her study.
I'm gonna hesitate for a minute. I'm just gonna be like, guys, I don't know if I can do this.
Audra puts her hand on your shoulder, and she's like, "You've got this, and we've got you."
Oh, okay.
Do you need us to take the first step for you?
No. I can do it. I gotta do this on my own. This is something
Alright,
This is something I gotta do. Gotta stand up for myself. Okay. And he's gonna knock on the door, but do it almost like a little lightly. It's like a light knock.
You can hear the shuffling of papers behind the door. Yes. I'm busy. You hear the voice of your sister.
Oh shit.
I don't have office hours open until an hour from now.
Reyna?
The door swings open. Cayde?
Hi. Hey.
Come in.
It's been a while. Huh.
You see your sister. She stands behind a desk in the center of the room. There's a sheaf of papers in her hand that she's holding ever so slightly too slack that a couple fall out onto the desk. take a seat.
Yeah. I've got some friends, if you don't mind. This is my friend.
Yeah, yes, yeah, of course.
Yes. Yeah. Come on, guys. Signals to the two of you to follow him in. Not wanting to go in on his own.
Seeing your sister having aged in 8 years, she has turned from quite an awkward-looking teenage girl into a very capable-looking adult. Her golden hair that once reached her shoulders now extends down her back. There is a fine-looking wand at her side in a leather sheath. I'm just gonna put a little thing in the on the stream. She's wearing very fine purple robes trimmed with gold.
I don't think you guys have seen this yet, have you?
I've seen it because I had to run Runes of the Runatalk where she appeared.
Oh yeah, shit,
and
true.
also, Long Shadow will have seen her more recently.
Not Long Shadow recognizes her. Yeah.
The same
No,
style.
I meant specifically you guys hadn't seen the artwork of her.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I've
haven't
seen the
I
art.
haven't seen
This is a Hero Forge.
Yeah.
The same
That's so sick.
startling purple eyes that you remember. Cayde, what are you doing here?
I came looking for you.
I would you like a drink?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Tea?
Sure. Oh, you know what? I have a recipe for that, and I'm gonna bring out Will the Blaze's recipe. Just be like, do you have this stuff? It's pretty good. A friend of mine made this.
No, I don't have everything on this. This is a rather long list.
It's just tea will do. Just any tea. Yeah.
I'll be a moment, and she goes into a small adjoining room, leaving you.
I've got my recipe back.
Leaving you in the study.
I would imagine that Audra has shut the door and is just standing, not like by the door in a corner or anything. She's just standing in the room, looking around, but like making sure Cayde's okay. Long Shadow's probably doing the same thing.
Let's ask him, shall we? What is Long Shadow doing?
What is Long Shadow doing?
So
Where
Reyna
Long
has
Shadow?
just stepped into the other room to procure tea for you all, leaving you. She seems very shocked, almost like she doesn't know quite how to act.
He is going to be very unintrusive with where he's standing. He's going to stand off to the side of the room, perhaps against a space of clear wall. He's not going to be taking a seat if there are any offered. He's just going to be present and make himself as little of a presence as possible in this conversation because he's aware of how awkward family scenarios can get having grown up with so many siblings. So he's going to be he's going to position himself in the room to where Cayde will always have line of sight on him if he needs it, but he's going to be unobtrusive otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's left you alone in this room, which is a large departure from what you had found in Jaren's office. That was the name, right? Hosting Jaren's office, where he had artifacts and miscellaneous magical items and different, just a litany of magical trinkets, much more what you'd expect when you imagine a wizard's office. This place is much more organized, and it's mostly paper research notes. There is a large on one wall. There is what looks like a door to another room. However, it is heavily fortified. It has a large padlock on the front, and it is made with banded iron strips over the front. The rest of the door being made of thick oak. Other than that, the room is primarily just books and research notes.
Audra quickly just thinks about Jason and thinks about the door and then just discards the thought immediately.
The lock is unlike any lock you've ever seen before. There is not a space for a key. It looks just puzzling.
I'm gonna take a very, as clear as I can, a mental image of that lock.
Okay. Make an intelligence check. Or an investigation, if you've got a modifier.
It's just +1. 15.
Okay. You take as good a memory of it as you can. And after a few moments of this very tense silence, you hear Reyna re-enter the room, holding a tray with a teacup and four mugs, and she just goes back over to her desk. She moves some papers aside and puts it down, and sits back down in her desk chair. Help yourself to. She starts pouring out
Yeah.
a couple of mugs. Would your friends like some?
Guys, tea? Either? of you?
Yes, that would be lovely. Long
Sure,
Shadow
thank
leans
you.
over and grabs a glass.
It's nice, just honey tea with a bit of spice in it.
Mm.
And so you came to find. Does Father know you're here?
I don't know where Dad thinks I am at the moment. I told them both I was going south, but that's about as far as they know.
Why are you here? Not that I'm not happy to see you. It's
Yeah, no, I get it. And it's good to see you too. I've missed you. I know terms weren't great when you left, but I know now you were busy, and I'm sorry if I made things awkward. I know.
You never made things awkward. We had different responsibilities.
Yeah. But just know now that I understand, and yeah. Well, it's a long story as to why I came here. Oh boy, where to begin? You remember those stories that Father used to tell us about that old sword that was passed down? Remember that?
Yes, the family sword.
Yeah. So Uncle tried to steal that because he said it had power in it, like attached to it, and it turns out he was right, but he didn't get it. I stopped him, but inherently kind of took the power myself. I didn't mean to. That's not what I meant to do. I'd give it back if I could, but I've got it now, and it's happened. But Uncle, he was part of a cult, and they were trying to get this power for awful things. They wanted to do horrible things with it. He sent a bounty hunter after me, and
Cayde,
told me
slow
if they
down.
wanted to.
Uncle was part of a cult. For
Yes.
a magic sword
Yes.
that gave you power?
Yes. I'm not making this up. I promise you. I promise. I'm not messing
believe
with you.
you.
I promise. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Only. It's just a lot of information at once.
Yeah, it's a lie. It's been an interesting. Yeah.
An uncle tried to kill you.
Yes.
Is he? He's still after you?
He's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was my fault. I should have done something. There must have been another way, but he was gonna do awful things.
What was he going to do?
Bounty hunter he sent after us said something about using it to killed gods. I mean, can you imagine power like that in the hands of the wrong people?
This magic sword. What? Tell me more.
Well, it.
DM?
it's-
Yep.
When she says tell me more, can Long Shadow insight to see if there's that academic hunger he's been kind of fearing there, or if it's just like a wants to know more about your brother kind of thing?
Make an insight check.
Thank you, because I was trying to find some excuse as to why Audra would insight check too.
Nah, Long Shadow very specifically has.
I'm
his
fully
eye out
aware
for
I'm
you.
telling her everything.
Yeah, I
Cayde
know.
would do. That's what Cayde would do.
Yep.
Let me see here.
There's
Insight
no reason not to trust her.
is just a +1, so that's going to be a 17.
There's definitely she's concerned about her brother, and she's very curious about the magic sword.
It well, it's well, it was more that the power was in the sword, and now it's not in the sword. Now it's in my head, and it speaks to me, and I can do things like that. He summons the sword, just like I can. Yeah,
Was that in a pocket dimension or?
I don't know.
Cayde, you can't do magic.
I know. I couldn't. I couldn't, and that's why you're here, because you had the gift and I didn't. But now this. I don't. It just goes away again. I don't know.
You said it was.
It all happened so quickly.
You said it was in your. What's in your head?
A voice, an entity. Has DM question. I'm trying to remember, trying to wrap my brain. Has Shadow Cleaver told me specifically what he is and what he is that is to do with the Raven Queen? Has he told me that specifically
He
himself?
said he was created by the Raven Queen. He said he was a weapon forged by the Raven Queen for a great war.
He's told me he's something called a hexblade. That's it, and he was forged is the word he used, by the Raven Queen herself, and was a ancient weapon of wartime. And I guess one of our ancestors was one of those warriors that used him long ago, and the sword's been passed down for a long time, or at least a strand of it.
Did he give a name? Was it
Yes, yeah, he did, yeah.
Black Razor?
No. How do you know that? Do you
A
know?
book.
Do you know something about this?
A book. It's what. I've got an edition here that I keep separate from the library, and she goes up to the book and she brings out the book that you had found with her note in it.
Oh yes, I found that in the library. You left a note in the book. I have it. He brings out a bit of paper from the book. It's like you left this in a note.
This is
in
the book
library.
that set me. I've based all my studies on it.
You've been studying this? You know stuff about this? Can you help me?
Well, I've been studying divine arcane convergence, the transmogrification of the transformation of divine energy to arcane energy.
Right.
As
Okay.
these weapons were supposed to create arcane power, but they came from gods, divine power. I'm studying how one became the other.
Okay. What have you learned so far?
Frustratingly little, I'm afraid.
No.
I just returned from a expedition that was promising, but ultimately fruitless.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That you fuckers, you did that?
I'm back. I'm here to petition for more funds to go on another expedition.
Right. Well, I mean, maybe. Well, how? Well, okay. Let's take a few steps back real quick. We came here because we need your help, but it seems like possibly you could use our help as well. So how about we help each other?
What do you have in mind?
Well, I mean, do you have any other leads with this expedition that you want to take?
I believe.
Cayde, if I might suggest, we are going where we are going and require her help to deal with someone related to your sword,
I was
correct?
getting there. I was getting there,
Okay.
Long Shadow.
Totally. I thought I would suggest.
Yeah. Well, we came to you for help because I thought you might be able to help me and help us with, well, the bounty hunter the cult sent after me. His name was Aaron Jonathan. He he said something was happening. The the what I have in my head is almost like it's like a strand. It's not his full. It's not the weapon's full power. The actual hex blade itself is somewhere else. It's in what was that place called, Long Shadow?
What place called, Kid? Like.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
okay.
asking you that
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
because he.
Okay.
don't remember.
The location with which we've been talking about was Port Absador. I was just making sure that was the location you're talking. I didn't want to give you like a random out
Yeah,
of nowhere name. Yes, we
Yeah,
are
yeah,
traveling towards Port Absador.
Port Absador. Yeah. He said that there's bad things happening there, and we think that might be where we can find the true form of I didn't even tell you his name. It's Shadow Cleaver. He speaks to me. It's kind of interesting. I'm trying to remember. DM question again. He can't speak to anyone else, can he? It's just me.
Just you.
Just me. Fuck.
As you're saying little information about Shadow Cleaver, she pulls some blank parchment and she starts writing.
Okay. He just assumes she's taking notes to help.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. He Shadow Cleaver. He talks to me. He tells me he doesn't quite know where he is. He doesn't remember much. It was more ancient times, and there's kind of blank space, and now he's in some sort of, well, as far as he can tell, some sort of dark room of some kind, possibly some tomb or something. But aside from that, he has no idea. We're just going off what, people from the cult have been telling us about Port Upsador, and we're guessing that that's where everything's happening, and that's where he is. And we thought we might be able to gather allies before we go there, because it might be a challenge if we already have the cult waiting for us there.
You can talk to this voice in your head.
Yes.
Ask him what he knows about Grumsh.
Do I need to relay that back to him, or can he hear what she's saying?
He can hear. Grumsh is the destroyer. It was he I was created to combat.
I relay that back to her.
Shadow Cleaver was created for the last Great War. That may be where we can find our answers.
Possibly.
You had... So, what did you need my help with? This place? You know
Well,
where it is?
I mean, there's the three of us. We have another friend as well. He's sleeping right now, but it's kind of the four of us, and there's an entire cult, and I was kind of hoping you might. I mean, you're strong with magic. You might be able to help us fight.
I am something of a prodigy with evocation.
Long Shadow's gonna physically snort.
She gives you a little bit of a side eye.
I apologize, it is an understatement from what I have heard.
I'm normally sought out more for my academic capabilities than my martial.
But your family, right? You do anything for family?
Indeed.
So, can you help us?
Cayde, I've spent the last 6 years researching this, and I've turned up precious little. My reputation depends upon the outcome of my research. I will help you, but if we recover Shadow Cleaver, I would like the opportunity to research it.
I can come back here with you. Yeah, I can come with you. I mean, it's kind of as weird it's gonna sound. You're kind of gonna have to analyze me a little bit as well, because it's like kind of part of me now. It's a little weird. It's like there's no Shadow Cleaver without Cayde, and there's no Cayde without Shadow Cleaver.
Well, I mean, would you submit to invasive tests?
How invasive? What?
It's just a little bit, you have to cast magic, and there's instrumentation, and it's not comfortable.
Oh.
I wouldn't
Turn
ask
your
you
head
to
and
do
cough.
it. I'd much rather find the artifact.
Well, I mean, what we could. Yeah. Well, if you can help us, then we can help you. I'll bring it back here, and maybe we can work on it together. I mean, hey, we're both magical now. Maybe you can teach me a few things,
Maybe I can.
like old times.
What is your next move?
Guys, he's not the planner.
Aaron, for the thing you messaged me, make a history check.
Excuse me.
Oh,
It's
come
what?
on, dice! Don't fuck me over! Don't fuck me over! Don't fuck me over! Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I know I have a decent modifier. Where is it? History, you said?
Yeah.
That's a 17.
17. The name Black Razor. It is the most famous of these vestiges. It might have come up in a few ways. There's phenomena of people. There's stories of magic swords littered throughout history, and a few of them mention the Black Razor, and that's about as much as you know.
When she said it, would Shadow Cleaver say anything about that? Would he know anything about this other Hexblade?
I was not the only one of the weapons the Raven Queen created.
But he doesn't know anything specifically about it.
He was another like myself.
Birdie, would Black Razor have a similar reputation in this world as it does in the greater D&D lore?
I don't know Black Razor's reputation in the greater D&D lore.
Oh, okay.
Probably
I'll
not.
talk to you about it. Then we'll talk about it after session. It's fine.
Okay.
It's chill. It's chill. Yeah, it's not an immediate answer thing. I was just curious. Okay.
As to what the next steps are, Audra's gonna kind of glance at Long Shadow and then glance at Reyna, and she's gonna speak up, and she says, "I imagine soon the move will be to Port Obsidor."
Did you not want to go to Lorcar first? I thought you had mentioned something.
Oh, I forgot about that. Lorcar, then Port Obsidor.
It's opposite directions, but if we are to find allies, we are willing to travel anywhere. And this is why Longshadow is the planner.
Smart.
Well, I am more than willing to assist you when the time comes. In the meantime, I do have obligations to the academy.
Of course.
So we will find a way to contact you then, perhaps 1 week before we arrive in Port Obsidor.
Certainly.
Will that give you enough time?
Yes, I believe so.
Alright.
I need to do some research into the last Great War now that I've got this new lead.
Okay.
I may contact you before you contact me.
Contact me how?
I have means. Measuring means.
Okay.
Sending messages long distance is not a huge struggle.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
Me. Oh, this wizard's higher level than me.
She is higher level spell slot. Get fucked, both of you.
You have a heading in the meantime. You said Lorcar?
Yeah.
We'll be heading south soon. Preferably today. We were only still at the academy to have a conversation with you.
Very well. Come back this evening. Bring all your things. And be ready to leave. Come back to my office.
Okay. Right.
I have some things to prepare.
Okay.
And
Sounds good.
Okay. She goes and you with her back to you, she goes into her large vault that she has in the room, and you hear some metal grinding and then the lock springing off, and she turns again and goes, after nightfall, and she ushers you to leave as she enters into the vault.
What you got in there? Nice.
Yeah.
And with that, we're
Yeah.
going to take a break.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
I have spell slots to be able to send sending to things. Yeah. I'll get there one day.
Anybody else taste that salt in the air?
You're fine.
It's not a salt bay. This is a pouring a Morton jar on my head. That's what this is.
Love it.
So yeah, we're going to be back in 15 minutes. We'll be back at the hour mark. Go perform your ablutions, go to the toilet, get some water, hydration check, am I right?
Hydration.
Hashtag Hydra homies.
Heck.
This week
Um,
sponsored by
No.
Tackle McCam.
Sponsored
No,
by
Best
A
quality.
non-existent logo.
No.
Best
Sponsored
quality
by
H2O.
water. It's hydrogen
You'll notice.
and oxygen.
I said no brand
The
names
thing is,
nor
when we
any
actually
real
do
companies.
get a sponsor, everyone's just gonna be like, ah, yeah, they're joking. And they'll be like, no, guys, we're serious.
No, guys, seriously.
Really, you're actually sponsored.
For real though, sponsored by water. Bye!
Bye. No.
Welcome back. Right after I muted you, you said no. Right
Wait,
after.
right before?
Children, a lot of us.
I see. I was laughing at what the fuck I did right as we entered stream.
So I went click unmute, and you just went no. First
Oh.
Good job, Ben.
So, for reference, about
No.
2 seconds before that, Bertie said, right, everyone quiet. Then I just went, no.
Protection
All right.
Strem.
So,
Professional strand.
yeah, we're here. We left, right? Because Reyna's like, get the fuck out. I'm going in my vault.
Okay, we're here, just sitting in the
Sitting
vault.
in the car.
Sitting in the vault.
But yeah, she said to come back after nightfall.
Step on the cat.
Well, I wanted to leave today. I guess we have to leave tomorrow.
Step on the break. No, we're leaving tonight.
We're leaving tonight.
All right, but still, this is a whole fucking day of us just sitting at the Akatem.
Or
Yep.
you can do
Well, it's gonna
shit.
take it's gonna take a whole day for Audra to write this letter since we've established she's dyslexic.
Yep. I love how you're rolling with that now.
Hey, listen. You've
Yeah, what if Audra was
day-
dyslexic?
listen,
Yeah, she
you've got,
is.
You've got
What?
1 day remaining at the font of knowledge for the continent.
Yeah, and guess
it's
what? We
up
don't
to
have
you
any
if you want to
grand
use
knowledge
that.
quests. Hey, Audra,
Yes?
if you want a letter written, you can just tell me what you wanted to say, and I can write it very quickly for you. If that is too personal, that is fine. I just
No,
thought
it's-
I'd offer
it's
my
fine.
services.
Yeah, you can help me.
Okay.
It'll probably go faster that way.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's up to you if you guys have stuff you want to do, or we can expedite the process and fast forward.
I have nothing that Long Shadow needs to do in that time. He's already said
Wanna do
goodbye to
any
everybody.
research, anything.
I don't either.
I just have a couple things. I want to write a letter to Pickett in Port Obsidor.
Okay.
And then, the letter's just going to be, well, we'll get to that later. And I also want to look for, the thing that our captain had, right? The genie.
Yeah, okay.
Can I look to see if there's that specific artifact in a book and if I know exactly what type of genie it was?
Can you remind me what the artifact was? Written down.
I'm pretty sure it was just a lamp.
Just a classic genie in a lamp.
Yeah.
So how long did you stick around after he acquired that thing, the lamp?
Long enough for everyone to die.
But did you see the genie?
Yeah, I would imagine that we saw it.
Okay.
Since he used it to sort of kill our captain.
Because I believe, according to your backstory,
Was it a lamp or a shell? I don't remember, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, audience. let us just. I'm gonna send you a thing, kind of.
Okay. But that's kind of all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
There aren't any like histories is like of like families and stuff, are there? Like registered here?
There would be a list of great families, like noble families. It's not the kind of thing that they usually have here, but this is more or less a repository of all the knowledge they can possibly get their hands on. So there'll be a list of famous families, great houses, you know, the lines of kings of the various kingdoms.
Okay.
Okay, I've
All right, that's it.
by the way.
It's been a while, Birdie.
It's been a while.
I'm going over your backstory here.
Yeah.
By the way, just to vamp for a second, Ben, earlier when you were talking to Reyna, it was so hard in like out of game, like as a person, when you were like, "It's been a while." I was trying so hard to not just go, "It's been a while." It was real hard, but I don't want to ruin the moment.
We did a shizam. It's been a long wait, but the wait is finally over. I'm fairly certain that the genie was married. I think.
Okay. I would just spend a little bit of time trying to do research on marriages.
Okay. Yep. It's not difficult to find research. When you know what you're looking for, you can go to the glossaries. It's not difficult to find books on marriages. Just mark that down somewhere that you've got those notes, and we'll bear that in mind for future. You basically rough thing is you learn marriages have very high opinion of themselves. They're not known for wish granting, however, they do have the power. But being very haughty, they don't generally like giving humans things unless they are bound to do so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you'd get. That's what I can give you off the top of my head. Just in future, if there's any knowledge checks surrounding marriages, I'll let you have advantage on that.
Cool.
Moving on. If there's nothing else anyone would like to do.
No.
So you go up to the after night falls, you, with Jason in tow, find your way back up to Reyna's office. As you're about to knock on the door flies open, and you see Reyna with her regular robes, her wand at her side, and her hair tied up this time into a much neater bun. She has quite a nice black cloak, trimmed in gold, slung over her shoulders, with a pack behind that. And she goes, do you have everything you need to leave? You won't be coming back here anytime soon once you're gone.
Do we have Jason?
Yes, you've got Jason.
Okay.
Cool.
Are you ready to leave?
Yeah. Yes.
Very well.
Yeah, I think we ready.
Very well. Follow me. And she leads you down, back down the stairs to the central thing, and this time leading you below into the basements of the academy. She leads you into this long corridor. You pass by heavy stone doors with different locations written above them, etched in stone.
Buddy, your mic's doing a weird thing where it's like not picking it up properly.
Sorry, that might just be my sensitivity on Discord, hopefully.
Alright, you're fine now. You're fine now.
If the audience is struggling to hear me, please let me know.
No, it's just us thing, I think.
So you pass by, eventually leads you to this long corridor. There are stone doors either side with locations etched in stone above them, mainly capitals, chiefly, but other large waypoints across the continent.
Okay.
She eventually leads you to a door labeled Dock Lorcar. Yes. And she pulls out her wand and she begins to recite an incantation over the lock that's on it. Yes. And it takes her a little while, just uttering in this alien tongue that doesn't match any that you would know apart from Long Shadow, who is practiced in magical.
DM question.
Yep.
Is what we're doing, like, breaking the rules? Are we using teleportation circles that we're not allowed to use?
So teleportation circles in the academy, you have to have clearance to use them. Usually, they are kept under magical lock. And it would seem that you do not have this clearance from what Reyna is leading you towards.
Uh-oh.
Long Shadow is noting the fact that she has the ability to do this and has the knowledge to do it, which means this might not be the first time she's done it. Good to know.
After a little while, she finishes incanting, and the purple crystal at the end of her wand glows, and the door, you can just hear the stone grind a little, and she pulls it aside, and he goes, "Everyone inside."
Okay.
She closes the door behind you as you enter, and she pulls her pack off of her back and she goes through. There's mostly books and scrolls within. She pulls out a singular scroll and presses it into your hand, Cayde. This is a scroll of sending. It's fairly simple to use. Just when you need me, you can use this to get hold of me.
Okay.
I'm sure if you can't use them, then it's very easy to find people who can. If your friend here, sorry,
I am well aware of Haskell's crosswork. Thank you for this gift. This is not inexpensive.
Yes, so this is as close to your friend as I can get you. I don't know if they're within the city or not. This will lead you to the capital of Lorcar.
Gone. Your mic's gone again.
Sorry.
It's really weird. I don't know why it does
I don't know if it's inputting off of your actual mic. It might be inputting off of something else.
One second.
Because it sounds like it's trying to cut your voice out. I don't know why.
I cannot wait until we hit 5th level.
Yep.
And I'm going to put this motherfucker...
You got me now? Hello?
Kind of?
One,
yeah, there you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was my quality any different?
Yes.
You're still...
I wonder
what... Yeah, your quality is still kind of like...
I don't know what's
on the stream. It's fine, I think.
It sounds muffled.
Yeah. To me, it sounds like your mic is trying to cut your voice out.
Check 1, 2. I've brought my sensitivity way down now.
No.
Okay, this is not.
Pull your mic away from your face and talk. Let's see if it's actually like your microphone or not
this
picking
is
it
not
up.
any better.
It sounds exactly the same when you moved it away as when you were there.
Can anyone in the chat please let me know how I sound for them?
You sound fine on stream. It's Discord. It's us that can't hear you properly.
Okay.
That's weird. All right, that's fine. We'll live. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna turn off all
Yeah, it's definitely a Discord thing rather than a stream thing because you sound absolutely crisp on stream.
Okay, I'm turning off shit like echo cancellation and noise reduction.
Cool.
I don't know if that's gonna make any better.
You do sound a lot better now.
Okay, so well, this is this is what my mic hears, not what Discord wants it to be. Right. So she leads you as you finally turn around and get into this room. It's very dimly lit with these tiny flickering blue torches in these metal sconces. In the center of the room is this large stone circle carved with deep inset arcane runes. Everyone, if you can please step onto the teleportation circle.
I would imagine Audra would have to shove Jason on it because he's going to be super hesitant.
I don't know about. And and you just push him onto the circle.
Yeah, Long Shadow steadies him as he trips. Is like, it's okay, buddy.
I'm sorry we didn't have more time together. I don't know if my unlocking would have alerted anyone. We need to make this quick. And she begins to cast. She casts her wand over the circle and begins chanting again in this arcane tongue. And you see, rune by rune, it begins to illuminate. And she finishes. And finally, the last rune glows. All the light shoots through the rune, the etchings into the center, and the entire pad begins to glow bluish white. And you feel a rush. You feel the ground fall from out beneath your feet. And you sighed into darkness.
Did we just die?
Nope.
Long Shadow just bombed. No, just kidding. We are in complete and total darkness.
Yep, currently in complete and total darkness. This happens for a few moments. Your eyes adjust and you see tiny specks of lights floating around, whooshing past you. You feel the sensation of falling and rising. And then finally, you feel solid ground beneath your feet. Where once before was the cold, the cold underground and damp air of the basements beneath the Maagis Akatem, you feel the dry, cool night air of the desert country of Lorcar.
Ooh, shit.
The city is currently awash in darkness and silver moonlight. Welcome to Lorcar. I think it's really early to start call this off.
No, we can call off. We can do it. Yeah.
If you need prep time, dude, we kind of
I wasn't expecting
Yeah,
Yeah.
we kind of shot
we
through everything at
blindsided
plan.
you with that. We didn't know you were gonna like teleport us here. We thought we were gonna have to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's taken you months.
Yeah.
And so Lorcar is it's a far newer city than any you've been to before, and it has a very large variations of all the buildings. The where you find yourself right now, you find yourself standing on top of a teleportation circle. However, it is dim, dusty, and overgrown with moss. It's cracked in a few places, and there is sand in all rooms. It does not look like it's been taken care of. It looks far
shit.
older than the building in which it is in. It seems to be the center part of a kind of Grecian temple-looking thing. It's like gazebo-sized, but it has these white pillars that extend to this angled roof.
Birdie,
Yep.
can Long Shadow, after arriving in the city and taking a moment to like take in the sights, can he pull out a piece of parchment and sketch down a quick design of this teleportation circle?
Okay, make me a investigation check.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Investigation. It's also +5 in history, so that's a 17.
Okay, you get pretty good. It's kind of difficult as there are a couple of cracks running through some of the runes. You get your best approximation.
Okay.
But the walls are open. It's completely exposed to the elements, and you find yourself on top of a hill that overlooks the nearby city. It descends a little into quite a poor-looking district. The buildings here are a mixture of... There are a few stone buildings that look to be the more well-to-do, better constructed places, and there are the much more shanty-looking shacks made of palm wood and with leather roofing, and it seems quite a poor-looking area. In the distance, you can see the city gets a lot nicer in a few of the places, with this kind of large marble and pillar motif going through it. I do have an image of it in my head. I just haven't prepared for this city, guys. I apologize.
Totally fine.
And you can see it's quite late at night. You're about going that way. In the academy, you would have been about an hour ahead, time-wise. So it's earlier in the night than when you left. And so it's fairly early evening, but the streets are rather quiet. You see a few people meandering the streets. Some rather large-looking humanoids, and a couple with horns and a tail that are wandering the streets.
Is this what it is like to have zero humidity? Oh, the air is so dry.
Yeah, the air is
Audra
significantly drier
shapes
than-
water and splashes it in your face.
Oh, thank you. Oh. My fur is going to dry out so quickly.
There's no one immediately by us.
It doesn't seem so. No one seems to have noticed your arrival on the teleportation circle.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be something that many people around would really take heed about. this kind of thing is all over the UK, where there's these occasionally in like random fields and forests, you'll find a little construction of something, and you have no idea what it is or what it was for many years ago before it was overgrown with moss. But it's just a kind of oddity. It's kind of like that. It's been here longer than any of the buildings. They built something on top of it to make it look nicer. They're not entirely certain what it's for.
Love it. We should probably get off it. All right.
So it appears as though we are here. Audra, do you know how to meet your friend?
I imagine he'll be in a fighting pit somewhere around here. Do I know where the closest, like, brawling or fighting thing is?
Have you been to Lorcar before? Or Dock Lorcar
Yes.
before? Yeah, you would know there are several fighting pits, the greatest being, the fighting pit would be, its best, its name is that in Orcish, basically. And that would be towards the more mercantile part of the city, where more of the trading is done, and the more touristy area of Dock Lorcar. So yeah, you're a little bit a ways away from it in this area, which is the poorer district. It's Cheapside.
Okay. I'm going to look at our merry little group here, and I'm going to say, well, the person I need to find is probably over by the mercantile district. However, it's early evening. What do you say we go to sleep for the night, we wake up and we look for him tomorrow?
That
That
sounds
sounds like
like
a
a
plan.
good idea. It's quite late. We should probably
Find lodging of some kind. Rest our feet from this long voyage all the way across the country, or the continent, through multiple
right.
countries and terrains.
Do we want to stay outside? Do we want to stay moderately nice? Really nice? I mean, we have some money now. And she like pats her coin purse.
Audra, I will remind you, just because we have money does not mean we need to spend money.
Disagree.
What else is it for?
Emergencies.
Ugh. Fine.
We can stay somewhere moderately nice. Somewhere perhaps you can be treated well.
Nah. She's gonna start like marching down into the town. She's gonna look for like a nice tavern.
So you're heading more towards the more visitory areas, because around here you wouldn't really find one. You walk for about an hour and a half into the city proper, until you find yourself in front of a quite well-to-do looking tavern. There's a sign in front called, and you see it reads, the Horn and Tusk.
Now, Audra, I am not familiar with Lorcar specifically, but I am aware that there are several, how to say, non-usual races based here. I'm curious as to if any of my people have made it this far.
It's possible.
Just so I know, though, what kind of folks are we dealing with in locations such as this, the district that we are in? Should I attempt to be intimidating the entire time, or can I just be myself?
I would imagine you could probably be yourself. There are intimidating people here.
No, but we have you. I just wanted to make sure we didn't all have to be intimidating.
I can be intimidating.
So,
You know what, Cayde? Yes, you could.
Cayde and Longshadow.
Pulls out the sword as I.
Cayde and Longshadow, from what you've heard of Lorcar, this place it's dangerous. The people who live here are brutes, and it's a place where you will likely be robbed and assaulted. Audra,
Good to know.
Audra, as someone who has been here and who knows people here, you know Lorcar
Glad we just came into all that gold.
has a completely opposite atmosphere to the one that its reputation outside of its kingdom. The reputation that it was given this is largely down to prejudice. It's a place which is a haven for half-orcs and other races that have been widely vilified, and as such, people from civilized cultures have decided that it's have bandied about these rumors that it's a dangerous place. But whenever you've been here, you've known that people here are generally well-meaning. They will help you out if you are a decent person, and as long as you are not a dick, they won't treat you like a dick. Is your experience of Lorcar?
Audra says that.
Ah, so it's like home then. Good to know. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, that's the general vibe.
Okay. I will trust you and everything you have said. It is good to know that the reunited are not the only people who have to deal with shitty civilized folk.
Hey.
Okay, do you know I did not mean you specifically, even if your family is part of the problem.
Okay.
Perhaps we can go in then. We get rooms, have a night off. Even though we've been
Sure.
at the academy, we've not had a stress-free night in a while. Because I think having talked to Reyna now, we have a lot less stress on our shoulders.
Definitely. Glad she's willing to help.
Help. Good to know. And Long Shadow's gonna walk in.
What's that supposed to mean? Just follows.
So, you enter into this tavern, and it's not like super rowdy. There just seems to be a lot of people just quite quietly enjoying drinks. There are a couple of people that are quite loudly, having gotten rather drunk, having quite a louder conversation, but no one's throwing fists, no one is causing a problem, and this is the wrong music.
I was gonna say.
I was like, damn, fight time, let's do this.
Tavern Brawl.
Sorry.
No, that was like Valiant Night on a Battlefield. Tavern Brawl would be like...
No, Tavern Brawl would be one punch!
But you see, there are no humans in the entire tavern.
Ooh.
No elves, as far as you can see. Cayde and Jason actually stand out quite significantly as one of the only ordinary humanoid races that are in the tavern. You get a few shifty looks, Cayde, as you enter, as does Jason. But you would notice, Long Shadow, as well, there are a couple of tabaxi around the place. From their vestments and from their clothing, you can't tell if they're Runestown or not. But they are tabaxi.
Well, that'd be rather racist of me to walk up and assume, so I'm not going to do that.
But otherwise it's fairly ordinary looking tavern. The architecture's a lot different to what you guys are used to. But besides that, it has all the atmosphere that you've come to expect from your days traveling.
Fair enough.
At the bar, is there like a proper innkeep?
Yeah, there is there are two bartenders at the moment. There's a tiefling with deep purple skin, and a half-orc, who are both in conversation with a few of the patrons.
I'm going to politely walk up to the bar and wait for one of their conversations to lapse to speak to either of them.
Yeah, so the tiefling eventually, like, he's got a cloth gripped in by his tail, and who is wiping down the bar as he's propping himself up with one hand and drinking with another. And as he sees you approach the bar, he just says, "Hold on a moment." That's not the right voice. Hold on a moment. And
I like it.
and he goes into you and he goes, my friend, what can I help you get to drink? What would you like?"
Oh, I am quite fine on the drinks. I was more inquiring about a room for the night.
Yes, we offer a board. Just for yourself, or?
Oh, no, for me and my compatriots. And I point back at Audra first, and then the human-looking fuckers, the elves.
Wow.
Those two. I am aware that they look different because I have been them in every possible place.
Yes. So, how many rooms? 4, or are you sharing?
I look back at the group. Individual rooms, paired up. 2. All right, 2 rooms.
Okay.
2 rooms. So for 1 night, that would be just 10 silver, or a gold piece.
All right, and I'll take care of it out of Jason's portion of the gold.
Yeah, he hands over a pair of keys because they both have singles, 2 singles.
Okay.
Thank you. And I'll like take one of them with my tail and the other with my hand, and I use the tail one to pass it back to Audra. Looks like we are shacking up tonight, Cayde.
Okay.
Well, I assume the inseparable duo will want to stay together.
Sure.
Audra throws
I'll
her
go
arm
wherever.
around Jason.
Because if you insist, I am okay
Unless,
sharing with whoever.
Unless anyone else wants to share with me, I know I do. I don't snore, but I've been told I'm a loud sleeper.
What does that mean?
You don't
We've
want to
been on the
know.
road with each other for like a week.
Yeah, I make a purring noise when I sleep. I
Oh.
purr when I sleep, and it's quite
Fair
loud.
enough.
That's so
Fair
cute! Ah!
I mentioned this all the way back at like the Sorcerer's Sundry with Hector, and like remember I was
Fair
sleeping and I was all curled up on his table.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's when I'll sleep with whoever. I'm going to read my book. I'm nearly finished.
Fair enough.
I'm nearly. It's getting there.
But how many meals a day should you be eating?
3. We need 3 meals a day. I know this.
Balanced diet?
Balanced diet,
No.
exercise. I know.
Only
this.
sugar,
Getting-
only carbs. Yes, all right. Perhaps we have a quick drink and then we retire for the night. And tomorrow morning we shall find your friend.
Sounds good.
Actually, you mentioned Is there anything we should know about your friend before we meet them?
He's...
Any scars we should not ask about? Any family members who we should not bring up?
I don't know about that. He's a bit of a rival of mine.
Oh,
I kicked his ass once.
fair enough.
And this is your friend?
Yeah, because then he kicked my ass. It was great.
Quite a fearsome warrior indeed, then.
I would say so. He is a red dragonborn. So we prepared for something different.
I've never had the
Oh.
pleasure of meeting a dragonborn.
Neither have I.
Yes, his name is Rook Tilrir. He's quite ornery, so don't
So I
take
shall
anything
let
he
you do
says
the talking.
too personally.
I will let you speak to him then. I perhaps might offend him. But if I offend him, I will not be able to, quote, kick his ass.
Eh,
All right, bedtime then.
yeah.
I guess if that is, yes, that seems like a wonderful idea.
Mm,
Sounds good.
I guess we head to bed.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, you all turn.
we head to our rooms.
And as you sleep, you each take a moment to think back over the experiences you've had and the time you spent at the academy learning the revelations. Cayde, you think back to the brief conversations you had with your sister after 8 whole years, and the things you wish you could have said if you'd had more time, things you
yeah.
might say next time you see her. And as you're all taking stock of what you've learned, you will level up.
Yay! Fuck yeah!
Yay!
Fuck yeah! Woo! I know what I'm doing tomorrow, and that's putting the goddamn sending scroll in my goddamn spellbook. That's what I'm doing.
And purely because we've taken a massive turn to what I had thought. Well, I should have prepared for this because things.
Well, what do you think we were gonna
I'm the
do?
one who sent you here. That's my bad. We're gonna
What did you
call
think
it
we were gonna do?
early for tonight.
Wait.
Sounds good.
Since we're calling it early, do you think we could level up on stream?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Should we love
Oh,
on
yes!
stream?
Sure.
Sweet.
I'm,
Dope.
but
Dope, okay.
I'm quiet to you. Okay. There you go. I'm turning myself up. Hi. Hello.
Yay!
Get turned, Bernie.
Level
Bernie.
5
as high as I can go for
Level
myself.
5 Let me roll my D8. Or my D6. I don't even get a D8 because I'm a fucking wizard. God damn it.
Ha ha!
Hey, it's a 5. I did well. All right.
Let me roll my D12.
Fight me. No, don't. You'll win.
That's
Oh,
a 9.
wow. Ooh, and my proficiency bonus went up, and I have 3rd level spells. Oh, what
5,
3rd
it's a big
level
level.
spells do I pick? Let me see here. Spells. Manage spells. Add spells. Oh my god. I could add catnap, guys. I could add catnap as a spell that I have as a tabaxi.
Oh, no.
I feel like you have.
I
to.
hope Jason's ready because I move quick now. Fight me
Oh.
again.
There are so many spells that I could add. Oh my god, and I only get to add 2.
Mhm.
Oh, ha 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 ha.
Audra, what exciting things are you getting at level 5?
I now move 40 feet instead of 30, and I get an extra attack when I take the attack action.
Nice.
I'm gonna, level 5. I'm gonna take a new Eldritch Invocation. I'm gonna take Thirsting Blade, which means when I attack with my packed weapon, that means I can attack twice instead of once.
Cool.
Dope.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
I have a really hard choice here.
What?
Do I take Dispel Magic or Counterspell?
Oh, that's a tough choice.
Oh,
Fuck.
shit.
That is a tough.
Oh. Because I'm the only Arcanist we have.
It's not entirely true. You,
You
have a warlock.
know,
They've got loads
But
of
like,
spells.
the thing is, he has 2 spell slots is the thing.
Yay. When do I get my
think 'cause
third one? I'm trying to remember.
Because I know one of the two spells I'm taking at this level is haste, because haste on an Audra is going to be fucking terrifying. But
What level do I get a third spell slot? I'm trying to remember.
I do not. It should be in the player's handbook. Here, I can look in the player's handbook. Let me see. Spell casting. It's wizards. So warlock should be the previous page. Let me see here. You get
If I get a third one.
You got
I don't know if I
let's see. 3rd spell slot. You get it at 11th level.
11th. Fair.
And
Long
you
way to
get
go
your 4th
still.
at 17th.
But
Bang.
hey, now I can attack twice with my packed weapon. I just gotta remember that now, because it won't say it.
Hi.
Please try and
I-
remind me, because I guarantee I will forget.
Birdie, odds or evens?
Sorry? Even.
Odds or evens? Evens? Okay.
Counterspell.
Okay. I'm taking Dispel Magic.
Nah.
Cool. No doubt. Alright. Dank.
That means I can wreck you in combat and you can't do nothing.
You're gonna destroy me.
Diggity dope. Brilliant.
Oh yeah, no, fuck, my spell's better now. So I can now do 3d12 damage with Witch Bolt. Fuck yeah. Dude, hitting twice with Shadow Cleaver is gonna be spicy. I just
Oh,
doubled
that's
my
next
attack
level for me.
damage.
I don't get my extra attack till next level.
If anyone in the chat would like to ask us questions while we're still live,
Yeah.
feel free.
Yeah, feel free. Because we are ending a little earlier than normal,
Little early.
which is fine.
I think I'll
Nothing wrong with
unprepare
that.
Longstrider and I'll prepare Dispel Magic. That sounds like a plan. Oh my goodness gracious. I have so many things that I can do in combat now because I can haste myself or others. Audra, imagine moving at double speed with +2 AC, advance on dex saves, and an additional action on each of your turns that can be used for one weapon attack, or a dash, or a disengage, or a hide.
You're telling me I can move 80 feet
And then attack 3
and
times.
attack 4 times.
3 times, because you have your extra attack, and unfortunately the extra action only gives 1 extra attack, because that's what it says in the spell.
But Storm Aura.
Oh my goodness! That's so spicy!
My God.
He's a little bit spicy. How are we feeling today? We're feeling alright. Feeling alright.
I'm feeling stressed.
I
didn't
am a
prepare
bundle
it.
of nerves.
Sorry, Birdie.
didn't
I
prepare
am
it for this.
stressed.
I'm gonna prepare a whole new city for next time.
You say that. You also
I'm
said
just
you were
send
going to
back
write notes on your
I'm just gonna send you
vacation.
back to the academy. It's fine.
Ugh.
We're never leaving the
Feeling
academy.
lazy,
We're just actually going to
forever.
get trapped in Herman Vander's
I'm just gonna
tavern.
kill you all and
He's
have
a
you all roll up
BBG.
students, and then this is just gonna be a Hogwarts campaign.
Oh my God.
I would
No,
do
guys.
it though.
There is
Birdie's
someone,
jacket
there is someone
totally
else in
started.
my room.
Nope, there's no one else there. It is just his jacket. Nope, don't say hi. Reyna Vakian, go away.
This is Reyna.
Oh,
She jumped out of
Oh,
the
no.
into the real world.
Yeah, that's
So
Oh,
you're
no.
evil.
Yup.
yeah,
also-
there we go. That works better.
Somehow my sister now. That's interesting.
Um,
Don't know how
yeah,
that
so
happened.
I am officially leveled up as longest shadow of the moon. My proficiency bonus went up. I got 3rd level spells. I'm real excited because I'm gonna haste some people and dispel some Feywild magic off a book.
Dope.
Hell yeah.
So you'll be able to fucking read it finally.
What up? My name's Jared, I'm 19. Never fucking learned how to read.
I just realized it doesn't matter if you can read it or not because even with the magic, you're dyslexic.
I was gonna say I'm dyslexic.
Yeah.
I mean, I can read. It's just difficult. Takes me a while.
About joining us as a player. Maybe. Yet to play any
Maybe.
D&D. So
She's gonna play her first D&D game, what, this weekend, right?
Introduce it.
I've never played D&D ever.
So
No.
Play D&D with
Really?
us.
steps. So baby steps.
Yeah.
Maybe
Aren't you
one
running her
day.
first one-shot, like, this weekend?
Yeah, you're doing the you're gonna do the same thing I did when I first got into D&D. You're gonna DM first and then play.
What?
That's how I got into D&D.
You're gonna make her DM?
No, I'm not gonna make it.
It's a joke, Ben.
Make
That's
her.
mean.
Make her do it.
I will happily
Alright.
play in a one-shot to teach you how to play. I will totally play on that if you want to run that at some point. I will happily.
This has been a fun time today, guys. I'm really happy with how
Heck
today.
yeah, it's a good time.
You DM'd your first ever game, Crook? Like recently? Oh no, like
No,
you
that was
DM'd your first ever
first
game.
ever
I'm dumb.
game.
I'm dumb. I can't read. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Your name is Jared?
Yeah. I'm also 19.
Oh, what level do fighters get their 3rd attack? Because I know they can have
Third attack is 11th.
11th. Fair.
Yeah. I don't get my extra attack till next level because I'm a wizard. But I will have it. And once I have 2 attacks, I don't even know if I'm going to keep being a wizard.
Oh.
You never know. You never know.
Oh,
I
so
might
we
be-
ain't gonna have no magic casters.
Oh, no,
except
no.
me.
You'll have what I have. I don't know if I'm going to keep
It's
going
not
down the
good
wizard
anymore.
line.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'll just kill one of you and make you reroll as a caster.
Yep.
I'm going to be honest. All
I'm letting
3
you
of my
know.
backup characters that I have statted out are casters.
I'm gonna do the classic thing where if someone dies, I either come back as a paladin or a cleric, because that's
Mm.
always what happens, isn't it? When
Well, I mean, I hate.
when the
I mean,
character
I
dies,
wanna
they
point
always
out
come
you've
back
been
as
in
a paladin
big
or a
dry
cleric.
spell of combat.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't
We're
know if
gonna
you guys
fucking
remember
die.
how much you always die in combat because you don't have a dedicated healer.
Excuse me.
Don't worry,
that
guys.
is
When Cayde dies, I'll come back
exactly-
as a cleric. It's fine. Don't worry
No,
about it.
no. When Long Shadow dies, straight up, I got a druid planned.
I mean, hello. I would
Never
love to bring
before
Reyna in.
have I been
not
so
Reyna.
insulted by something
Renee.
I 100%
Renee.
agree with.
Yeah. Nah, Renee's in a different group. If anyone doesn't know who Renee is, we're not going to answer that question. We're just going to say go watch the 2-shot that exists on our YouTube channel.
Absolutely,
Also, by
go
the
do
way,
it.
If we ever play Reyna in a one-shot, I'm playing Reyna in a one-shot as my
Mhm.
character.
Wow.
No, that's my role.
No,
Straight up.
Me.
Wow.
Let Emmy play.
Let me play Reyna. And no, that's what you do. You put Reyna in this campaign, and you make her play on
Reyna
stream.
is
You
in this
don't
campaign.
teach her to play.
Reyna
It's just an
is in the
NPC.
campaign. Yeah.
No. But you make her a playable character.
Sorry, Crooklock.
You make
We're not
Emmy
being a
play her.
gentleman for you.
You just make Emmy
Yo.
play Reyna, and she can travel around with us with no idea how to play
Crook.
D&D.
As a semi-abusive DM in terms of killing my players' characters, I always have backup characters. Because Crook was like, the fact that Aaron has 3 back. I actually have 5, but I've only statted 3 of them.
I mean,
Oh
does
my
everyone else just
gosh.
roll characters all the time because they're bored?
Yeah,
I mean, I do too.
I roll characters all the time, dude. I have so many characters. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean,
But
like,
would-
I could
but
tell our
wouldn't use
audience about,
any
like,
of them. I would make a new character.
I could tell our audience about, like, that casual stream that we do that they can kind of see why I'm an abusive DM.
Yeah.
They could go watch it on Schooner or Later's channel every once in a while because we run a Percy Jackson style campaign over there casually. It's not like a hardcore thing. We just kind of do it every once in a while.
Yeah. And sometimes we take like a month of doing nothing.
Yeah, just a month of not playing because
Yep.
life sucks.
Yup.
Yes, Crook.
Yes, Crook. Yes.
X, you don't like playing martial characters? You gotta have your spells?
I mean,
You little faith.
I'm gonna be honest. I was with you when I started. I only played casters, and then I played a fighter, and I went, "Holy shit, this is way more fun," because I have a thing
Yeah.
that I can do, and you do it a lot, and
Yeah.
you do it great.
God damn.
Something I found a lot with a lot of D&D, and so many of the classes are so vastly different. And you think, I like this thing, and I'm only going to play this because I like this thing and I think it works well. And then you try playing something else, and you're like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like Renee is the first time I played a druid.
Druids are
and
fun, man.
Now I
I
want
did that.
to play druids. Druids are cool.
So the
Druid
first
was my
campaign-
first ever 5e class.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Aaron, on fighters, because the first campaign I was a player in that was like a long-term campaign, was on my sister-in-law DM'd, and I played this fighter rogue who was based on Robin Hood, and he was amazing, and he was so good at fighting all the time. And not only was he so good at fighting, it was also a campaign where a big plot MacGuffin was these massive anti-magic fields that were over all the cities.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
was the only character, so that this party composition was a ranger, a sorcerer, a cleric, and me, my fighter rogue. And I had insisted all throughout the campaign that I was never gonna subclass or multi-class into anything with caster. I was like, he doesn't understand magic, and he's not gonna do it. The most he did was items, which meant that whenever we were in these cities, I was the only valid
Character.
for combat,
Yeah.
which meant I got sent off on like missions to kill people, and they were like rousing the people to revolution in the meantime.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of amazing, though.
That's
dope.
kind of awesome. Fighters
like
are so
you're
much
like
fun.
the assassin, and then they're just like.
Wait,
Honestly,
rip,
like-
rip sorcerer? Why rip sorcerer? Sorcerers
Because-
are great.
Because
Yeah,
anti-magic
sorcery.
field.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But also, like,
Anti-magic field.
I've started to main paladins way more lately than I have previously
Paladin's
discussed on the
cool.
most recent episode of Tea with Mr. B. But I don't even care that paladins get spellcasting. I only use like the spellcasting for paladins to fuel the divine smites.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what I use paladins for, because whenever I play a paladin, whenever I have played a paladin, I've played them as a tank, and the only thing I use, or the only thing I focus on, is making sure that if anything is being hit, it's me. Me
So
with all my
compel
armor and my loads
duel.
of hit points. So
Yeah,
if I'm using my spell slots to use smiting, that's a spell slot I'm not using to compel duel with someone. So
And
I
that's
used
valid.
most
That's
of my
valid.
spell slots went on casting compel duel on all the big enemies.
Yeah, that's actually totally valid. But, you know, paladins are fun. Also, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I really like paladins.
I'm not
Sorry,
a
I
huge
had to
fan
say
of paladins, but I have had fun playing them in the past.
Oh, they're my favorite. They're my favorite mechanical class in terms of the mechanics.
I have
of the
fun
game.
playing them in one shot because I normally don't like playing tanks.
See, I don't play them as tanks. Like my favorite paladin I've ever gotten to play was a dex-based paladin, Oath of the Ancients. He honestly played like a very lawful ranger is what he played like, but he was super fun. Yeah, very much enjoy paladins.
Yeah, so I've only ever played them in one-shots, but I have had fun playing one-shots. If I get into that mindset of being a tank, I do enjoy it. It's always very satisfying when you spec a character to be able to do something, to fill a role, and being able to fill that role well is really satisfying. Me and Ben were in a campaign that we don't like to talk about because it wasn't amazing, but I made the most min-maxed healer in the world.
Yeah.
And I was great at healing, and I was very satisfied.
You really tried to be a pacifist there, didn't you?
I really tried to be a pacifist, and then we just never really engaged with the role-playing side of things, so his character trait of being a pacifist never really came up, so I wasn't feeling rewarded by it. So I eventually just gave up being a pacifist, and when you're a min-maxed cleric... Clerics are the easiest class to break in the entire camp.
Yup! Clerics were my main for a really long time. Love clerics.
Cleric. So you're a cleric with high wisdom and high strength and high constitution. Great. You can fill all the roles that you can possibly do. You can be utility caster. You can deal shitloads of damage, and you've got all the AC. Congrats. Yep. You win.
Yep.
My favorite cleric ever is Mika Shamar, and I recently multiclassed her into a paladin so I could have 8th level smites.
Yeah.
It was dope. So much dice.
That's so great. I love it.
Make a better cleric called the Amen. Oh, we were gonna play a campaign that got cancelled where we all played worshippers of the same god, and we were all in different
is that campaign not happening now?
Saint Squad.
Oh, it got cancelled like forever ago.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Everyone played different classes with different subclasses. So there was like a theurgy wizard, regular cleric, paladin, things. All the caster things and all the things that had religious subclasses were gone when I picked my class. So I picked a rogue because I saw the subclass Inquisitor, and I was just like, I will be a religious Inquisitor, and I will sneak around and assassinate all of our rivals and everyone that says that our god is bad.
All of the heretics.
Yeah, I was like
heresy.
I'd like decided my character's role in the party as well, not just like in terms of combat. I was like, he's the bad karma sponge. It was like
the bad karma sponge.
Spanish Inquisition.
Should have made it so they worship Danny DeVito. You know what? I played in a one-shot.
I was in that same fucking one-shot.
Aaron and I were in that with the Clueless DM. She did a divine intervention, and she was like, "Yeah, no, my patron is my god is Danny DeVito." And guess what? He answered.
Yeah, she got
we
divine
got 800
intervention
HP back. It was great.
Level. She had
We
a
really needed it,
chance
and when we needed him most, Danny DeVito.
I'm actually
That's
kind of
enough,
really sad we didn't stream that, because that ended up having some amazing moments.
That was
in it.
so good, dude.
Yeah.
I cried.
That was you, me, Lucas is stressed, and like 2 other people. Who else was there? Was Matt in that? No, Matt was in the next one. Anyway, but it was DM'd by Dice Cream Sandwich. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, are we streaming?
That thing? I don't know if you guys are streaming that. The mothership thing is what you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's being streamed.
Balls. Well, then I have nothing to announce. I was gonna announce it, but now I don't know, so forget it.
Yeah. I'm excited because I'm working on a series of one-shots right now to go on Shazam at some point. And it's gonna be a hot second, but I'm excited.
Those are gonna be dope. I'm excited for them.
I'm really excited.
I still need to run my one shot at some point.
Bad.
Why?
I don't want to go home.
Why?
Oh no! If you don't know, buddy, if you don't know, you don't need to know.
Explain to me.
No,
it's the one.
It's very
shot
sad.
You're gone.
Yeah.
Very sad and nope.
Do you want to see a magic trick?
No. Oh god.
Wait, this from the one
Hex's
shots?
one shot.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Hex's.
Okay. I got partway through that. I'm on part 2.
Yeah, that was very glitchy because it was being hosted by me and my internet bugged.
Hey,
the hell out.
speaking of very glitchy and being hosted by you, never mind. I'll ask you about it later. I was gonna ask you to host a thing, but I just remembered that like we're on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that we're on stream, not actually in a private chat.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. It had a happy ending. I mean, yeah, by accident, because one of you fuckers got a wish by accident.
That was Melanie.
Mel, right? Yeah,
Mel got
got
the
the
wish.
wish. Ugh.
That
And
was
it
so
almost
good.
didn't work. You guys had to make an argument for that wish to work.
We need to have those
I
guys
really need
back
to
at some
watch. I
point.
really
Mel's
need to
great.
watch that one shot because I have a feeling it has serious ramifications for the lore of Storm's Wrath.
Yeah, there's a statue that exists at the top of that mountain now.
So I need to know that.
Yeah.
If you guys go to Storm's
Especially
Wrath.
if we're going.
I will say, last week I had to inform the DM of everything that happened in the Runatalk one shot because I realized he hadn't actually finished it yet, so he didn't know about the Demon Monkey's release.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
that's kind of important. Yeah, now he knows.
Nope.
He already knows everything, Kenna.
Nope.
He knows everything.
I'm stressed.
Demon monkeys.
There's
Nope.
a great
Nope.
demon force out in the world that you guys have unleashed, and
Nope.
Yeah.
who knows who it's.
It's actually what's going to happen when we go to Port Obsidor. We're going to go to fight them, and they're all just going to be there to track down Reyna, and then they're just going to kill everyone there.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
no.
how about no? How about they remember that it was our fault that they got freed so they help us? How about that?
It's not our fault. It's not Long Shadow,
us.
Audra, and Cayde. We didn't do that.
Fuck, that's right. They're not even there. Ah!
Who knows what those low-level fiends are bound in service to now?
Yup.
I just want to say that wasn't my fault.
Not my fault either.
I didn't do that one.
Can
Wait
we
a
move
s-
past the
well-
teenage murder? Can we get past this? We've evolved past the need for teenage murder references.
No, teenagers got murdered.
Teenage murder references will always be made.
You are actively incorrect when you say that, Audra, Kenna. But you know we'll move past it because
Get
they
it
were.
back.
Anyway.
But we need to. This is an audience. This is a joke that we will drop soon, please.
Hmm?
It's been like 7 weeks. Let us be.
Nope.
7 weeks. That
It's-
child
look,
still
look,
not had
we
a
need-
funeral.
We need, look, audience, is you on my side here because you need to let it go so that the party forgets about it. So later on, I can use it to destroy them.
I have tufts of their hair on my
chaotic
fucking neck.
evil right there. That's a long plan. My gosh.
I have a braided necklace
The
of their
Dungeon Master
hair
will remember
strands,
that.
dude. I can't forget that.
Oh my god.
I'm not saying I'm not talking about Long Shadow. I'm talking about Aaron.
Aaron won't forget that. Because Aaron still gives Ken a massive shit for it every time we're in a Discord call together.
Wow. You just like
Never
join the
gonna go
chat and
away.
you're like, hey, it's the child murderer.
I've done that at least once. The first couple
Keyleth-
weeks
it's like
afterwards,
Keyleth
it
with
definitely
that
was
One
like-
day you're gonna do that in
Anybody
a group
else?
chat with people that don't know. Like it'll be like
We
a new
did!
person.
I've done it. I've
And they'll
done
be
that.
like,
I had to go into context
what?
of what the fuck happened.
They were like, what? Excuse me?
I think that was
No,
one of the
Kenna,
first
you gotta
conversations we
explain
both had with Moose. Was like, hey, hey, what's up to child murder? And Moose goes, I'm sorry.
He's
Yeah.
like, that was a good moose impression.
Okay.
All right, I think that's it. This is unfortunately not an accessible
No.
server. This is a small
No.
server for our friends.
We do
Maybe
not
we
have-
should look into like a Shazam Discord at some point for like
Maybe.
the public.
Maybe at some point.
But you know, maybe you should try and get your friends in on the show and make the audience bigger, and then we'll have a Shazam Discord. Who knows?
yeah,
Exactly.
that sounded
Small,
hostile.
shameless plug, and that sounded hostile. Bring
This
your
is a
friends.
challenge.
Bring your fucking
X.
friends.
Crook, this is me talking to you.
Oh no.
You guys are really nice. Thank you for showing up every week. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we
First
appreciate
rule
you
of
guys.
this
Y'all
show is
the
a
best.
mimic.
The loyal peeps.
Talk about this show as a mimic. Tell your friends.
Tell everyone.
The
Tell your
exact
dog.
opposite of Fight Club.
Make
Love
sure
it.
your grandma is watching on the iPad.
First rule of Shazam: always talk about Shazam.
Always talk about Shazam.
I think that's all we've got time for tonight.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I think
that's
it
I think
is.
we're all getting a bit tired.
Oh.
Second rule of
Ugh.
Shazam: there's only one rule of Shazam.
Second rule of Shazam, nothing is a
Be
minute.
active in the chat. Talk
Eh.
to us. We want to hear from you.
Third rule of Shazam, go subscribe to our Twitter and
Yeah.
TikToks.
Do it.
Follow us.
Fourth rule:
Even-
drink some water. Take care of yourself.
Hydrate.
Fifth rule, make sure you have like a good mental health day. Sixth rule, murder every teenager.
Okay, wait.
And on that bombshell,
Bye
I
everybody!
think it's bye-bye time. Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
friends. Bye.
Jazz hand.